Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the show we break down your favorite made-for-TV movies one bottle at a time. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and today we're talking about Kidnapping My Own Daughter. Kidnapping My Own Daughter stars Catherine Clout, Catherine Sandan, and Jesse Collin. Fay, a DCF agent, has her work life collide with her personal life. Harlow and Tess, a couple with a mission, have decided that Fay is their ticket to getting their daughter back because, obviously, kidnapping the social worker is the best way to fix everything. Armed with a taser, a knife, and a prayer, they shadow Faith after hours like they're private investigators. Meanwhile, Fay is blissfully unaware, chowing down on dinner cooked by her husband Paul, whose secret ingredient is an endless supply of love and crockpots. Slow-cooked meals are Paul's specialty. But Fay, after a long day, dealing with heart-wrenching realities of family disasters, has no interest in starting a family of her own, even when Paul redoes the wallpaper in the nursery. Fast forward to the couple's plan unfolding as they break into Fay's home. Not an actual home invasion, but a full-blown, hey, we need your expertise to get our kid back. Harlow ties up Paul while Tess drags Fay to the DCFS office to look for case files about losing her baby during a fireworks accident. Fay discovers that her mentor, Margaret, was tangled in a web of chaos when Tess's baby was taken away 3 years ago, all because Margaret smelled alcohol on Tess's breath after a 4th of July incident where Tess's daughter was burned by an ember from a firework. Things escalate quickly when Tess comes face to face with Margaret at their home. The reunion sends Margaret into a panic. Honestly, who can blame her? Meanwhile, Tess decides that fleeing the scene is the best course of action. She must know that when you see a panicking social worker, it's best to hightail it. All ends up well with Paul untied, thank goodness. Harlow gets carted away in handcuffs, and just when you think the drama is over, surprise, the usual Lifetime movie ending with a heartfelt resolution and a clink of a wineglass may not be happening today. Instead, we have a frantic race against time when Margaret decides it's a great idea to burn evidence and call Daddy Jacob, who clearly has missed a critical memo about appropriate parenting and is busy plotting his escape to protect his family. Margaret and Jacob were working together to take Tess's daughter for Jacob and his wife to raise. Have they never heard of adoption? Jacob breaks in to steal redacted files and things get violent. We have Fay back in the hospital after yet another thrilling encounter, and Paul is hardly recovering from his run-ins with a knife. It's all very will they, won't they survive. But wait, just when it seems like all hope is lost, Tess sneaks into Jacob's house and explores family photos like an undercover agent in search for the truth. She finds her daughter's room, and instead of taking her away, thankfully she's not a full-on kidnapper, she has a good old-fashioned tug at the heartstring moment and is like, hey kid, I'm your mom, I think. This all comes to a head when Jacob finds Tess and his daughter and they have a showdown. Fay, channeling her inner action star, pops up with a weird weapon of choice, a croquet mallet, and saves the day just in time for the cops to roll in. Months later, Tess gets a joyful reunion on the playground with her daughter, Millie, who clearly missed the stranger danger memo. And everyone seems to be on the path to recovery. Fay and Paul finally wrap up that nursery renovation that was on hold since the chaos began. And yes, the couple just survived a series of kidnapping escapades and now is ready to dive headfirst into parenting. Kidnapping My Own Daughter. Kidnapping My Own Daughter featured Catherine Clout, Catherine Kohut, who I think is pretty good in these Lifetime movies. I think she actually picked a good script this time. Too bad I can never say her name right, but you go, Catherine. While the movie was more of a mystery, I thought it did a good job at keeping the pacing up and keeping me interested, so I would pour it up for this one. Let me know what you think about the movie in the comment section below and follow the show at Lifetime Uncorked. You can also follow me at Patrick Miguel. Lifetime Uncorked is a podcast with hundreds of episodes recapping Lifetime movies. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and visit lifetimeuncorked.com for full reviews. If you like this episode, please leave me a tip on Ko-fi, buy me a glass of wine, and I'll keep watching Lifetime. That's it for this week. We'll talk to you next time. Bye!